Alright, let's get started. So, we're gonna do only all sports, and the reason for this is I'm not exactly the best at individual sports, but them as a whole. So we're gonna start off with swordplay. We're gonna talk about what method is the best and why. This is a lot less boring than you think it sounds. The heck is that? So, something you have to point out is that I'm level 8 and not level 0, but I still have Ryan. Now the reason this is because Ryan is the best opponent to have, but if you have 0 then you have to skip a tutorial which takes like 3 seconds off your time. The best time you can get on this split is a 27, and that's by pelting Ryan from right to left like that. This, and then doing it again in the second round, and then having a perfect exit. It's really hard to do. So this is the best strat. We got a Ryan recovery there. That wastes time. Ryan recovery is when I go back like that and I instantly draw back at him when he's open. It works a lot of times. See, that's what I meant. That's what I meant by that. So yeah, usually what you like, I guess you could do it with Fumiko. See if one of my Miis has Fumiko on it. Wait, what Mii did I use to use? Wasn't GG, was it? Oh, it was Luigi, I used to use Luigi for this. Okay, see how I had to do practice there. No, it actually doesn't say waste 3 seconds, my bad. I'm pretty sure it just wastes like 1 second. So if you do this, I mean that could work, but only if Ryan is completely open. See how he's guarding like this? That means you can just do that, and that will knock him off really quickly. Really quickly, holy crap. Ryan. Or you could always do it like this. But sometimes your swings aren't hard enough to actually get Ryan to move backwards. So what you need to do is probably the best solution is to try to combat RNG. But I don't know why I keep quitting. But you could always do this method. It only wastes like maybe a couple of seconds, and if you're like not even sub 20 yet, it's probably a good idea to do this right now. That was terrible, but usually if you do that, he just gets knocked off. And the reason I was saying this for sub 20, almost sub 20 years, is because you need to get sub 20 really quickly. You don't want to have something like that holding you back. That's just dumb. So, what does that smell? So next up we have golf, and golf is debatable, but there are, like, if you had a TAS, hole 1 would be going forward like 6 miles per hour.
Nice shot!
God, what does that smell? It smells like salmon. Oh, okay, so one thing I need to point out is that 110 or above uses the 7-iron, which makes it go like this far. And the 9-iron is for 109 and below. So it's actually probably a better idea to use it for like some 150, 120 and below. No, it's best to use it like when it's 115 and below. Like 115 to what 110, you should just switch to the 9-iron and go maximum. Like this. You definitely don't have to do it that slow. Definitely not. And oh yeah, hole one's not completely straight, okay? Make sure you know that. Make sure you angle a little bit if it's a little far away. It's on a very slight slope. Very slight. Like just the slightest. So this one, okay, that's some crazy RNG there. But usually you'd aim to almost about like where the diamond is if it had rollback southbound winds. If it has northbound winds, you have to hit on the fairway. Like this. If you hit it on the fairway, then it just bounces really far.
On the green.
You don't have to worry about it bouncing any farther than that. And yeah, make sure you're doing it slowly, because if you don't do it slowly, then you know what's gonna happen. It's just gonna go. Are you kidding? It's just gonna go to the right. And make sure you curve it. It doesn't. Time saves. It doesn't matter if you have an angle shot already. It just like if you don't have an angle shot, that's the time save.
Great shot.
Okay, this is good RNG. Very good RNG. So you just hit it there. Like that. Perfect. Boom. That's what is known as extremely good RNG.
Nice on.
Holy crap.
Great
As I said, wow. So, if you can't, if you don't know how to do the thing I was doing, like going to maximum really quickly, it's like what's called a straight maximum. You don't do this. You don't do that. I call that the messy shot, but it's not that great. I wouldn't recommend doing it. What's the best thing to do? Is see this white line like this? It's going up and down. So what you do is you press A and B, and you drive all the way top.
Great shot.
And you do this like semi-hard, like semi-fast stroke, like a golf stroke. Alright, see how it's 102? It's gonna give me the 9-iron automatically. There we go. Is that it? That was really good. I want to show you an example of the second hole with backwards spin.
Great birdie.
Yeah, for sideways wind, you just kind of do it in 3.5.
That's it.
Okay, that's very slight, so you do this. Like that, there you go.
Great birdie.
This would be awesome in a run. I would love this, absolutely.
Solid shot.
I didn't mean to curve it, but I guess that's probably a good idea. Solid shot. Okay, Okay, I like that it's curving to the right. That's really good. Probably needs to curve forwards though, a little more. Yeah, wedges have tiny bounces. Tiny. That's not an exaggeration. So yeah. Basically that. Just hope the wind RNG that's the best is forward for first. Like a little bit forward, not too much. Just enough to get 109 or less. And then number 2 you need backwards and then aim a little bit over the hole. Now the third one you need one that goes what do you call it? Upwards, upright. Northeastern. So next up we have Frisbee golf. One thing I need to tell you, is don't use automatic, because automatic is softer, throws it softer usually, unless you like throw it unless you throw it really well. Automatic sucks. You choose manual and throwing style. You just go to change me and then push your me and then throwing style. Okay, so 18 hole is like much stronger winds, but 3 hole for some reason has winds of 6 miles per hour or less, so that makes it a lot easier. Is this 0 winds? So what that message was telling us was, it was reminding us of what we should do. Don't throw it too hard, don't, you know, choose the right frisbees. You know, all the stuff you already know, so it's not very helpful. What you can do to skip it is you can play it before you start your runs, and that's always a good idea, because frisbee golf is hard and we all know it, we all hate it. So on this one, oh, that's good. 0 miles per hour, you have to throw it lightly so that it doesn't go outside of the bounds. I'm talking weirdly today. Okay, that looks good because it's curving a bit to the right. Sweet. I love that in run so much. Hole in freaking one. Saves you a lot of time to get that. And it doesn't have a forced replay. None of the shots do. That was a horrible, terrible throw. Never ever do what I just did. Wait, no, we could save you. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to blow to the right of the tree, hopefully. Yes, it will do that. That's amazing. And this one you have to throw really hard because going uphill kind of decreases the mileage of the, or yardage of the driver, like by a lot. So you have to throw it hard. Oh, I forgot high. Dang it. Yeah. So in a situation like this, try to throw with the driver, but if you don't have any luck with it, just use the mid-range. Never use the putter, okay? Because that just too much time wasted. Now what you usually would do is throw it with one arm. It's whatever works for you, but I like to throw it like anchored with 2 arms or 2 hands. So this next one's wakeboarding. Actually, there is some stuff to do about this one, because some people actually go to expert and hit themselves with things because they want to have fun while they're playing the game, which totally makes sense, totally does. But the problem is, watch the timer when I hit something. Oh crap. See how it just stops there? That's like a waste of 3 seconds per hit. That's insane. Don't you dare do that. it's way too much of a risk to do expert.
Yeah.
And the intermediate has them too, so don't do that. Ow. Like, literally all these would hurt. And also the countdown timer at the end is 3/4 seconds, not 1 second for some reason. Like when it starts counting down from 10, that's what happens. Other parts are just 1 second. It's extremely weird. So basically the countdown is 7.5 seconds instead of 10. That's weird. Even though it does display 10. Sorry for confusing you there. Archery. Archery is a very fun one, and it's very, very fast. Alright, there's a very quick motion you have to do for this one. Always choose beginner, by the way, just always, I guess. I mean, whatever, you could choose another one, but I would just try not to choose another one. I don't want to. So what you do is you do the archer thing where you press A and Z and then hold them both at the same time. You see how this circle thins out? And you wanna know how I made it go faster? I pulled the nunchuck closer to the TV screen. Like that. And you can make it thin out faster by doing that. So let's do that again, but at some random place. Dang it. So basically it's just gonna look like that. And then when miss comes up, you have to spam A. Because it skips the texting. Oh yeah, by the way, don't try this. Don't try this. That was just
Unbelievable.
that was just extremely lucky. That was so lucky. Holy crap. So yeah, usually you just aim there, but you don't there. A very quick lesson. Okay, bowling. Now this one is long. Alright, just stay tuned. So bowling. People need to be... Okay. So the TAS, if anyone makes a TAS, they will have 9 strikes and 2 gutters in it. That's the absolute most optimal thing you could do. So basically you get 9 strikes in a row, and then you get 2 gutters in the 10th frame, so you don't have a 3rd frame. And you skip the cutscene for the Ken's, you know. So the human Terry TAS will have some swing that looks like this because it's fastest. But like it's probably gonna be more like that actually. But you can do something like this where you aim it for about here, right before, and then you so you do like a golf swing kind of. To do bowling really quickly, and you have to like swing it extremely quickly, and you have to tilt the Wii remote to the right while you're releasing the ball, and it has to be manual, so you have to release B while you're turning the remote. Makes it a ton easier. That was just lucky. Let me try it again. Okay, that was because I didn't do a golf swing. You have to do a golf swing. You can't like drop it down, or else it will not have much spin. Okay, see? See how I drop it down? It's just like. I don't know what's happening. Why is it? Whatever. Let's do that again. I'm sorry. That was bad too. Okay, I don't know what I was doing before. Okay, so you kind of bring it, like, you kind of swing a bowling swing and then bring it straight up. That's what you do. Okay, that makes more sense. So, you also have this method where you aim, like, right here, and then you have to have your remote really straight. You have to point it up so that it goes like this. And then you have to throw it upwards, like this. Crap. So that it goes extremely straight. And you usually get a spread. It's really consistent. But here's my method. Here's what it looks like.
2 for 2.
So basically what I did was I went over here. I went right about in the middle. And I
Incredible!
swung that like that. See if we can demonstrate how to do it per game. Oh no. That's a no. That is a no, we're not doing a perfect game. Table tennis. And by the way, if you wanted to pick up a spare, that's not a good idea. That wastes time because it does a replay. Like you know how it does like those different angled like camera shots? Well, it only does one per gutter because it's not important, I guess. Okay, so for table tennis, if you are new, don't do return challenge. You have to do match, okay? Some streamer, I'd watched had done return challenge, and then he declared that sub 19 was impossible. But really, it's just possible if you do some of the things I'm gonna do. So, okay, this is an ultimate time save for whoever's not doing this. This is so important. I cannot stress enough. So you can do all of these shots and you can do all of these points in one shot or less. Here's what the first one looks like. Now you see me doing that in my world record run, like that. And then when he starts serving, he does that. I do that.
3-0.
I let it bounce. And I let that one you have to be a little late on. Because if you're not late, you're early, then it's probably gonna be like an out. Like your ball's gonna be out. So how I do this? What I do is I hold my Wii remote facing towards the left, parallel to the TV, facing left. And what you do is you curve it downwards so that the buttons are facing you. And then when while you're serving it, while you're hitting the ball, you have to curve it so that the buttons are facing the floor. So it looks like that. And it's best to hit it when it's like just at the bottom, so you can get like really good spin on it.
2-0.
This one you have to wait a little bit on if you want to be safe.
4-0.
But you don't have to if you like hits at a good angle. That's a time save if he does that.
For the win.
So yeah. Oh wait. I should show you another method if you don't know how to do that. So another method. I'll show you 3 methods, I guess. So for this method, what you do is you have the Wii remote at the center, like between your legs when you're standing up, but your legs don't need to be together. They just need to be between your legs, facing the pointer down at the ground so that it looks like this. And if it's pointing like towards the TV, it looks like that. But you're pointing it down, so it looks like that. And see how it's like straight, and you can like it's kind of a 2D thing. Do this, and then when you're serving it, make your Wii remote go up and twist it down and to the left. So watch this. Like that. That's 2 bounces.
1-0.
And that's a simpler form of that. That's a simpler form of that where you kind of do the like you hold the Wii remote parallel to the TV to the right, and then you face it down towards the ground, and then you have it come up and twist to the right. Every topspin shot makes you go down, and backspin just it doesn't require you to go down for backspin. So keep that in mind.
0.
So this is backspin. He can't get that.
3-0.
It's very slow though, so don't do it on these. Do topspin. Okay. That's what is known as not good enough. So what I did there was I waited too long and the ball wouldn't let me place it at the correct place. It only let me place it there, which is weird. And it sounds weird. You can angle it only if you hit it early.
1 for the win.
Early enough. So see how I like hit it extremely early to corner it so he doesn't hit it. Oh, and the old method, I've seen a ton of runners do this, including the one who says that sub 19 was impossible for him. I mean, it isn't. He's just not doing optimal strats. So that's enough. So this is like how you guys do it, I think, which is actually good. I like how you guys are doing that, but it's best to know how to use spins so that you can corner on your opponent. And yeah, these methods that you guys are doing also save time from the bad methods. Like here's a bad method.
For the win.
Don't do that because it's just not helpful. And don't do rallies with him. This is like major topspin, but doesn't matter because he's still getting it. Yo, what was that? Alright, so next we have basketball, and the main thing we just need to know about this is that there's a bell icon. No, you should hit the bell icon, but and also sub, but there's a bell icon if you don't get any of them, like this. People think this is fastest, but it wastes 3 seconds. I didn't mean to do those 2 shots so high. Okay, see how this girl's appearing? That is not always the indicator that the bell's coming. Sometimes the bell just comes randomly. So, yeah. The bell, like, you have to wait a little to read it, and then, no, you have to wait a little for the A button to appear. 1, 2, 3. It's probably about 4 seconds. So do this. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to shoot like Curry. Okay, just remember that you should shoot like Curry. And if you're not American, and you don't know who Curry is, he kind of you kind of shoot like point your Wii remote upwards, and then when you press B, like point it towards the screen, but you have to make it go upwards first. And I think it's better to like anchor it with 2 hands. Like do it with 2 hands. But you can do it with 1 hand. That's completely fine. I'm not the best at this. See if we can. Hey, buzzer beater. Yeah, so to not get the bell, you just have to shoot some balls in before. And the only place the bell actually occurs in is after the middle row. So you don't have to shoot on the first 1 row, but you have to shoot a couple on the 2nd row and a couple on the 3rd row. And it's best to like have a low high score and beat it, so that the game recognizes that you're doing better than usual. Okay, power cruising. Just remember that Archery's Wii remote is on the left, but this one and cycling are on the right. So the nunchuck stick is on the right this time. Oh no, the Wii remote is. At Archery, the Wii remote is to the left. Make sure you do a couple games and you hold A. So oh god, that's it. No. So one thing you have to do is make sure that everything is straight, and always do the boosts. And the boosts are, you flick the Wii remote, just flick the Wii remote, like kind of like in Super Mario Galaxy. But you gotta remember that you can't. Did you see that? So I did the boost and it didn't work because I was not in the water because I launched on a wave. So when you see a big wave, make sure to wave it because you'll be launched up into the air, and you'll waste a boost. That would waste time. Yeah, that's a skip there, and then you kind of cut this one a little bit. Yeah, that was an accident. So, yeah, and basically you have to just keep him straight. Don't make him go all over the place, because that of course wastes time. But you have to do a couple of games on some of these games to make sure that I'm gonna explain the tutorials later. Canoeing is basically the most essential tutorial to skip because it's hard to skip, but you can do it. So I have to explain the tutorial for this one right after, so that people will listen to it and not go about not watching the tutorial video on the tutorials. I don't know why the heck I'm doing so badly, but basically you just do one to each side, and on the turn you do more to the right. Oh my gosh, I suck! Why am I sucking? I don't want to suck. You can suck, but I don't suck. Wait, what? I don't suck yet. Wait, what? Again? Why is it doing this? Okay, I don't know why it's doing this. I'm sorry. So, yeah, I suck. That's besides the point, though. I think it's my Wii remote's fault, probably. So, yeah, the reason... Listen very carefully. The reason that my best is 99 yards is because I needed experience points to skip the tutorial. But you can't get 100 because that would force it into making you 125 instead of 100 yards, therefore wasting time. And I didn't get 99 at first. I actually got 91, and then I got 95, and then 99. But if you get 100, just put press the reset button as soon as possible. So that's all for canoeing. Cycling. This one is the most hyped one in the run because the music and it's near the end and you all know. So as you know, nunchuck thing is to the left, Wii remote's to the right. Do not do 6th stage. That's like 19 minutes long, I swear. And do not go to around the island because that will waste 30 seconds. 30 freaking seconds. Can you even believe? Okay, do to the beach is the absolute shortest one. So do to the beach. One thing you really need to know. Okay, that was a skip where you press A and Z at the same time. So, take a couple seconds. So one thing you need to do is draft a ton. And drafting is when you go right behind an opponent and you see this kind of wind stuff. If you play Mario Kart 8, you'll know what I'm talking about. You get a speed boost from it. You'll see how this wind stuff is coming when I go right behind the least. I don't know which one it is. And you get a speed boost, like a constant speed boost. And you get a constant speed boost and you get regenerative properties. I don't know what that means. On this turn you don't have to brake, but sometimes people do, I guess. I don't know. You don't have to brake, but I swear. That's Giovanni, we're drifting behind that lady. I know these me's, these are like my friends. Keiko, that is that is Sarah. No, that is Victor. No, that is, yes, that is Victor. So there's a drafting thing, like a wind that carries you forward, a tailwind. And they say that you have a brake, but really you need to be drafted behind someone else. So that you get 3 hearts when you're coming up this next hill. And if you don't, just like try to get 3 hearts anyways. So because you have to boost through this wind. And this is the almost there music. It's initiated at any point in time. So if it like kind of does a weird break thing, that's because it is initiated. Oh, apparently, what's his name? Random has been in first. Optimal time is like 2 minutes in. So that was a 2:04. That's pretty good. But yeah, just make sure to draft and always keep near 3 hearts. Or 2 hearts. Just like, don't toy with 2 hearts though. This one is surprised like a lot harder than you might think it is to get optimal time. But it's not that hard at all. You just have to listen to me. So point right in the middle and then spam A to do this button crap. And what you need to do, okay, you need to hold it like so that he's straight like this. Like, and once it says start, you dive straight down for about 1 second, and then you tilt a tiny bit to the right. And you see the angle that I'm going here? I'm not going straight down, okay? I'm not. If you go straight down, it's a lot slower. It's probably 15 seconds slower if you're going straight. No, probably, I don't know, 10 seconds slower, but it's a lot slower, trust me. Might be even slower than that. But you have to tilt it to the left or right. That was so quick. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to get world. I can't wait to like.
Okay, everyone, warm up.
I mean, nobody can wait to get the world records, right? It's just like when you have that feeling you just want to get world record ASAP. You just see the ending and you're like, yeah, I want to get here. Nice pick. So yeah, that's the epic ending. The ending is like one of the reasons I came to this anyways. I love it. It's an amazing ending. Look at this frick. Look, this is the only fic I got. And I got Gwen at the end. That's nice, as always. Yeah, you just don't photograph with people because that makes it so much longer. It makes it like a minute longer to try to photograph with people. Well, it looks like my time's up, but thank you guys for watching. Oh, I need to talk about tutorials for certain games. So Swordplay, what you need to do for Swordplay is you need to win a game of 15, win plus 15. So basically what you do there is you win on the, you get a tie, I think. No, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do Swordplay. See what happens if you get a tie against Ryan and see how many points you get. So I'm just gonna do some weird looking person. Alright, let's go. So I hope this guy doesn't have any data. Okay, he doesn't, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna tie 3 games. And then we're gonna initiate the final round. My favorite thing about this is that you just like love these very slow swings. Yeah, that was surprisingly good by Ryan. Good job. Okay, now we just need to tie, which is annoying. That's what's called a Ryan recovery, but... Oh, yeah, I already explained Ryan recoveries. If you didn't hear, it's basically when you do this, and then you slap Ryan a bunch of times, because he's being left open. Because Ryan's not a smart dude. Anyways. Alright, yeah, this is like top 10 anime plot twists. Nani! I guess you just win, I don't know. I think, I'm pretty sure tying got skill points, but like 100. I forget why. Okay, so that gets you 20. Does that give me Ryan? I don't get it. Okay, that gives you Fumiko. Okay, Fumiko is actually something you might want if you're like to bash in like that. I don't, but like it's actually surprisingly like easy. You could always go to Fumiko. Always. Alright, we're gonna be purposefully losing against Fumiko in the final round. There we go. For some reason, she's guarding like that. I don't know. Let's jab her in the nuts. You can do that. You can totally do that, actually. It's a good strategy. I think it's called jousting, but I'm not sure. I wonder why it would be called jousting. It's kind of hard to make the Wii Remote do it, though. No! Dang it. Alright, so... Well, you guys have to go and check for yourself, because I don't have enough time to do it. So in wakeboarding, you just have to play a couple of times and get, like, good tricks going. In Frisbee golf, you have to play well a couple of times. So it doesn't affect your gameplay. Archery, you have to play once. Basketball, you have to play once and get a high score. Like you have to like make them all save, so you can't reset on any of these. Table tennis doesn't need one. Golf, play a couple times. Bowling doesn't need one. Power cruising, play a couple of times. Okay, canoeing's complicated. I'll say it again. Make sure you don't go to 100, go to like 90 something, and if it doesn't work, go to a little bit higher than that. Just don't go to 100 because that forces it to get 125. Cycling, you have to play it a couple times. And air sports, well, you do that in the beginning, so there's no tutorial. Alright, thanks for watching.